we're gonna get in. We're gonna get into it, honey.
Absolutely.
I'm cooking.
I love that you're doing this. I actually really love that you're doing this right now.
I'm a real mom,
and that's beautiful.
On the weekends, I'm really like all by myself. Like I don't like, during the week I have a help caretaker for Cora.
Okay.
Because she's legally blind. But
that's right.
Other than that, the weekends I'm by myself. So we gonna make this a Maya. I promise there's Maya in the background.
Okay.
In my kitchen, really cooking.
That's okay. Cook.
And because
that's what real moms do.
Yeah, I'm as real gets. Like if I
know you are.
And she comes first, like so. I'm sorry, I'm a few minutes late.
Oh no! Don't even stress. Don't even.
But this is gonna take 2 seconds because you got to put the butter in the pan.
Oh, Janice. Yes. Just yourself right here, on your top, other side. There you go.
My boob is coming out.
I was like, I think we're gonna have a wardrobe
FTC moment.
Otherwise, I'm like, they look beautiful. Do you think?
Oh, thanks for catching it.
No
my
worries,
girls,
girl.
They have a mind of their own.
Me too. I've got to harness them in. Always. Hey, Marco, Patrick. Hey.
We'll let some people get in. Because, this is like the longest, this is like the first interview I've done in a long time.
It's not really an interview. You know what it is? I label them
a chat.
Just a chat. I think it's
a chat.
Yeah, it's not
It's a lovely chat because we chat this way all the time. We talk.
Yep.
People, we really talk in private life.
We actually do. We actually do.
I'm really in my kitchen right now eating a piece of watermelon.
I love this. I'm enjoying it. I feel like I'm
5 o'clock, when you said 5 o'clock, I was like, oh, I cooked dinner around that time.
That is too funny.
Here you go, baby. Here you go. You want to say hi, Amaya?
Hi, Amaya.
Hi.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm good. That is that's your twin, right? Oh, very nice.
Mommy did it.
The mom. Okay, is it daughter? Is it daughter approved?
I always have to taste what I cook.
Of course.
I just do.
Of course.
She gets mad at me. Are you having this blueberry muffin sitting over here? I'm just cleaning up. I'm in my kitchen, and I'm gonna sit down and focus on this chat. Turn the oven stove off. I can't believe I just felt bad. I was like, it was like
why?
My daughter, the chat, the time.
No.
I'm so out of practice of getting ready.
You are beautifully you. You're just fine.
Butter. Okay, let's go over to my. Let me get some water, cause I get parched. I have to clean up.
I have to have something to drink.
It's like so crazy that this is how I had to begin this.
No, not at all. I can edit anything and you're fine.
As you hear plates clanking, like.
But we all have a kitchen, right?
Well, listen, you want to talk to me in my real life, honey. You gonna get the real, honey.
I know I am.
You ain't gonna get no stage mess.
No.
You gonna get the real.
That's only part of who we are.
But look at the fierce lighting I got set up.
Oh, let's check out that. What? Oh, yes.
Let me come with the lighting.
Oh, yeah. I love the flowers. I love the pictures. I love everything.
You see Oprah behind me?
Beautiful.
There's Oprah.
Oh, Oprah.
Tina Turner.
That's right.
Tina Turner on the other side.
That's right.
I had to bring my girls. I have to stay in empowerment. Wait, let me get my water. Hold on.
All right, get the water.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm coming. Oh,
no worries.
Okay, I'm gonna sit down and woosah right now. Okay, as long as my boobs don't come out.
I was just trying to see if you're there for a moment. I was just like,
I was sweating bullets, man.
It's hot, but I'm not. You know what? I love the heat. I'm not complaining.
Oh, well, I live in Florida, so you know.
Yeah, I'm in Toronto and it's hot, and I'm loving it. People are complaining.
Yeah, but I go through a different kind of heatness because, honey, I be having hot flashes. So if you see me doing this for.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I'll be having that. And if I yell for my fan to come down here, for my fan, because I left it, if you hear something go, that's my fan because I'm really having a bad one. But I'm okay.
That's okay.
So who do we have on? Who is tuned in?
You know what? I haven't even seen who's tuning in. Just everybody. I think some of your fans, some of my fans. It's a beautiful thing.
All right, we'll give them a few more minutes. You know.
Yeah.
So
well, you know, I should just read a little bit about who you are. There's so much.
Oh boy, that makes me nervous. Okay.
No. Listen. Janice Robinson, chart-topping singing sensation and current X Factor UK contestant. Well, you did that, what, a year ago, right?
2 years ago, 2018.
It's 2 years ago already?
Can you believe it?
That went fast. Okay. I lost my there. Janice Robinson is an acclaimed singer, songwriter, choreographer, and actress who has penned some of pop music's most inspirational tunes. Robinson was discovered in 1987 by legendary producer Niles Rodgers, an iconic entertainer, Carol Davis, and would go on to work as Davis choreographer throughout the late 80s. During her college years, she worked as a backup singer for Rick West, who was the opening act during the New Kids on the Block tour, Sold Out Stadium World Tour, Hanging Tough, and cut her teeth as a replacement lead singer of the Europop group Snap during their first world tour.
Little known fact.
I didn't know that. I actually did not know that. I was just like, what? Resulting in her first.
I was the girl they saw on tour, that first world tour after the Power.
Yeah.
I was the girl that was on the tour. I was singing all their stuff.
That's
didn't record with them, but I was that.
You're doing the live.
I did it live.
I did not know that. Well, okay, here we go. And that resulted in your first televised performance on Soul Train, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
So so I hope my phone doesn't act up.
That's okay. I think it's the internet period, so it's all good.
Okay.
Hi. So Janice and Simone, hi. There we go. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So my first TV performance was Soul Train, singing over somebody else's voice. I mean, because I was the replacement singer. I had just finished the New Kids on the Block tour, and the management for New Kids on the Block managed Snap, and I used to bug him because I was a background singer. I was like, when this tour is over, you gonna help me do his name was Peter Work. I said, you gonna help me do my demo? You gonna help me do my demo? Come on, I was a 20-year-old, hungry, I was a theater major. Yeah. I was a theater major in Adelphi University, and I went to East Side High with the movie Lean on Me. It was about my high school years. Joe Clark, that's my alma mater.
Okay.
So, I was just always like, I knew what I wanted to do since I was like 5.
Okay. That's rare. Yeah. That is very rare.
I've been living my, well, it started in church.
Okay.
The moment I sang, I saw how happy people got. And I think that is just what I always wanted to do. I wanted to bring joy. Okay. I wanted to bring hope. And I also wanted people to feel the presence of God and love when I performed. It's never been about me. Yeah. And I think during my career, I've got so many songs that show that exudes that truth.
Yes, you do. Yes, you.
I got receipts, and now with the world in turmoil, I'm just pulling out my receipts. Hold up! Wait a minute! I've been on the front line. The only way the world gets better is if every one of us individually holds ourselves accountable for how we are living our lives.
That's right.
It's a personal accountability and a responsibility to humanity.
Absolutely.
As a mother, I have 2 daughters that that have to exist in this world. Yes. And I have to teach them love. I have to teach them courage. I have to teach them strength. I will not teach them hate.
No, I agree.
I just won't.
I agree. No, I mean, There's no point in that.
Mm-mm.
They're just
But
really,
there's a lot of people who have built in their kids this component.
mm-hmm.
And whatever reason they built in that component, it's a very competitive component. It's a very, it's a selfish component.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where you get the division, because what you learn as a child, it shapes you into who you are as an adult.
That's right.
And what you experience every day adds layers and layers and layers to your character.
That's right.
So that's why
it's
very,
also how you choose to process what happens around you.
yes.
Are you going to internalize it and turn bitter, or are you going to be like, you know what, that's you, that's not me, and I refuse to, you will not alter my perspective.
Right. Oh my God, people that swallow that bitter, jaded pill. Oh no,
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to that channel.
Everybody,
I'm just like,
everybody at some point has, I would say, had a moment where you're just like, you just have to stand and look at the person in the situation like, really?
yeah. I believe that, you know, I will not give anyone my personal power.
Yes.
You cannot take me out of my character.
I agree.
Or away from my goodness. And there have been moments where I've been tested, and
Yes.
trust me, there have been moments where I have lost it. Lord Jesus, forgive me.
I hear you.
Some people just need a can of whoop ass sometimes. Whoop ass, not with your hands, honey.
Woo!
But sometimes you gotta lash the tongue on them and just say no and stand up for yourself, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then go pray in the chorus and say, Lord, forgive me, I know that.
Like, I'm sorry, I just had a moment, Lord, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, you know, there's some people that will push those buttons, and I really, my mother instilled a humble button that God continues to push.
Yes.
My mother kept me very, very humble. So when people react the way they do, you know, over, oh my God, Dreamer, I'm just like, I look at them like, what's that? Because I did not, the life that Dreamer had,
yes,
I didn't have. I didn't stay in it like that, you know. After I left Live in Joy, they found a young lady that resembled me and just kind of kept rolling over. And shout out to Tameka Star, because, you know, she and I are getting very close, and we're coming together to do the Ladies of Live in Joy.
Beautiful.
Because we created 90s anthems. She did, I did. And so we both should be, you know, identified for our contributions, not mistaken. I don't, you know, right. I don't want nobody to say, oh my God, I love your song. I'm like, no, I didn't sing that. You love Tameka Star, and Dreamer, you love Janice Robinson.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that Black exploitation conversation a little later in the hour. They've been doing it. They've been doing it. They did it to Martha Wash. They did it to Lolita Holloway. They did it to me. You know, Black women, Black men. We've been exploited. We've been used. And now, time's up.
There's a question here. I have a question. What did they say? I have a question, by the way. Hi, American Mom. Will you bring the Ladies of Living Joy to Liverpool?
Yes, we're coming to Liverpool.
Nice. I love Liverpool.
I'm sorry my phone is freezing.
That's okay. I'm seeing it as it comes up. So no worries. If you guys have questions, absolutely type them in. It's no problem. Oh, there we go. Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Sorry.
No, why are you saying sorry?
My man just called and I hung up on him. I forgot to tell him. Well, I forgot to tell him I'm in the middle of an interview. I forgot to tell him I had an interview today. He's in California.
That's okay.
He's a screenwriter, actor.
Beautiful.
He's a 34 year friendship turned into.
All I need to know is the smile on your face when you're talking about it.
Yeah, you can see it, right?
Yeah, that pretty much tells me what's going on.
Everybody.
That pretty much tells me what's going on.
Yeah.
That's it. See, you're like, you're ding. I'm like, all right.
I'm in an interview. Bye.
Look, I love you. Gotta go.
Because I didn't, you know, I had to answer it. So anyway, Go ahead.
Yeah.
Proceed.
No, I wanted okay. So you started in the church.
Oh, my dad is a preacher.
As I was gonna say, I know you're a PK. You're a preacher's kid.
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are.
Shout out to the church folk out there.
That's right. That's right.
God be the glory. It's Sunday.
And saying that, what I love about watching you or being around you, not that any other singer doesn't carry these same qualities, but
yeah,
you specifically, but
you delicate with your words, honey, because
no,
sensitive out here.
You are one of the most passionate performers I have been blessed to be around to witness what you do, and it is real for you. It is true. It is in every performance that you know. It is your identity. It is who you are. It's not, a lot of people tend to think that when we do what we do, that it's just, we put it on for the stage. And I'm like, no, this is real. And for you, it is you are testifying literally every time you perform.
Every time.
It's very emotional.
For me, I'm so grateful God gave me this gift. And every time I step on any stage, anywhere, in front of any audience, I'm a testimony. I'm a living witness to God's grace.
Yes. God's
mercy. I so don't look like what I've been through. And I done traveled through some rocky roads.
I hear you. I hear you.
And the fact that I still have an internal joy, an internal hope, an internal light. You know, I just thank God that I was raised by two amazing parents, because they're the ones that taught me how to hold on to that hand, to stand on that rock.
Yes.
To be covered by that blood.
Yes.
You know? So I'm grateful.
Oh, it shows. It shows. It shows. You are literally, your heart is out like this when you're singing. You don't hold back. And I love that.
Well, one of the things I think I would like people to feel is my genuine authenticity, my genuineness. I like them to feel my spirit, because I always say, people don't remember what you look like. People don't even remember what you sang like. What people remember most is how you make them feel.
That's right. That's right.
And so if I'm very conscious of my purpose, and if you've ever been around me or seen me, there's an authenticity. Now, there's some people, the unfortunate side though is oftentimes people who are givers of light, a lot of people are drawn to them and they want to be drawn to them personally. And I was like, no, it's not about being drawn to me. It's about being drawn to God.
Yes.
And seek that light. Work your way into that kingdom, because that's all I'm trying to do is hear my name called, my child, well done. And I could be like, woo, touchdown, home in glory. Peace out, y'all.
You are doing a fabulous job.
Yeah. I watched my father. I watched my father work his way into heaven. Like every Sunday I sat there and he would preach these passionate sermons, and as a kid I would hear him. He would have the Bible, and then the Lord came down, and he would preach under his breath, and I used to sit there like, what is he doing? And every Sunday, and so that's why every Sunday, my dad was a preacher for like 52 years and my mom was a school teacher for 48 years, and I got to witness my dad for 40 years preach. He never retired. He slowed down a little bit because my dad became visually impaired in his latter years. So I already knew how to, I was already prepared in a weird way.
Okay. Oh, did we get stuck? Let's see if it'll come back. Oh, I think we lost her. Oops. Let's see. Okay, we're going to tune out and come back. Let me see if she comes back on. I'll give her a couple of minutes. Hi, everybody coming on. Hey. Give her a moment to come back in. I'm sure she's going to bring the show to Manchester. Let's give her a moment and see if she comes back on. She's broken the internet. She's broken the internet. Absolutely. Let's give her a moment. She could be having some problems on her end. So we'll just give it a moment here. How are all of you doing? Where's everybody from? Yeah, it's the internet. I know. It's the internet. It's giving you a problem. It's been like that for me all week, actually. So I don't know what's... You need a pudding? I need a pudding. I'll take... I'm good. Thank you. Hi, Matthew. I'm great. Scotland. Oh, love Scotland. What part of Scotland? Liverpool. I love Liverpool, too. I hung out in Glasgow, Scotland a lot, though. Oh, I can't accept your friend request right now. We're waiting for Janice to come back on, so let's just give it a few minutes. Sterling. I've been to Sterling. I love Sterling. Actually, I performed in Sterling, was it 2 New Year's Eves ago? Maybe 2017, 2018? I think so, somewhere around there. The New Year's Eve. Beautiful city. Georgia. Hey, Georgia. I think I've been to Georgia. Yeah, I think I have been to Georgia. Beautiful. I've been to Atlanta, Georgia. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is amazing. Sweet Red's Bakery. What do you make there? Oh, I think Janice may be having some problems. I'll give her a few more minutes, and if not, I will log out and then log back in and bring her in. So let's see. What's your specialty at Sweet Red's Bakery? Okay, so let's see. Did I miss anything from you guys? Oh. Okay, here she's back.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
No,
my because your request.
Let me tell you about Apple and their iPhones. Okay, my phone is at 100%, but it's been dying out of nowhere. Okay,
yeah,
it's been dying.
Mine is.
Dying.
Well, I thought mine was plugged in. Now I don't know.
2 years? No, every 2 years. This is what they do. This is how they get your money.
Of course.
And I'm just not. I have an iPhone 8 now. I think they're at 11. I
have the 11. Mine's smashed. It was fun. But I went down. The phone went up in the air. I was like, psh, whole screen is shattered.
I do a lot of work on my phone, and I'm just like,
Me too.
I'll upgrade when I upgrade. So I forgot what I was saying. I think I was saying about my father preaching or something.
Yes.
I mean, I watched him and his sermons. His sermons were so lyrical. His sermons were so powerful, and the energy with people shouting and praising the Lord, that's where I learned to perform from my dad.
Okay.
That's why I performed the way I performed. I wasn't, I'm inspired by Tina Turner and Prince and
Speaking of Tina Turner, you actually did backgrounds for her.
No, I opened up for her.
You opened up for her.
I was her opening act. She chose me as her opening act. Yeah, her farewell tour.
Cool.
Huge honor.
What was that like? Yes, let's see the picture.
Ah!
Nice.
Can you see? Yeah.
Beautiful. Absolutely. What was that like?
That was like getting a PhD in performing. It was like going to school.
Yeah.
I was enrolled about 8 months. And every night I stood there, and when I sat I watched her every night. And she was 63 at the time.
Okay.
And I was 30. And I sat like a student and I took in everything.
Mm.
And her kindness, her graciousness, everyone that worked around her was amazingly kind. They took such good care of me. I didn't really feel like an opening act. I just felt like, you know, a part of the tree, you know, a part of the musical tree.
Yeah.
And it was arenas.
Okay.
And, you know, all the people that were kind of walking in with their tickets, you know, I was up there with my guitarist, just a guitar and a big old stage. And I just gave it all I had.
Okay.
And I warmed them up for Tina. And you know, yeah, it was a really good experience. And I'm working on a documentary actually, and there'll be all this amazing footage that I shot touring with her.
Wow.
And you'll get to see my story, because I believe that my story will inspire people to never give up.
I think if people just watch your page, they're inspired to never give up.
Okay, my page, but my documentary is gonna
take it over the top.
Don't show it. I haven't shown any of this. I give snippets, but it's to tell my story. You get to live it.
Okay.
And you get to process, like, because there's a moment in the story where I go through a valley of death and all my loved ones just die. Aunts, uncles, best friends, father, mother, my little brother. Yeah. Wow. And that's the part a lot of people don't realize.
Been there.
I've experienced an extraordinary amount of death. Like a lot since I was 3.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah, my little girl, Maya's going through a grieving point right now. Her uncle was just murdered on Friday. Mm. Yeah. So, you know, but I always tell people grief is a journey, and you don't have to let it deplete you or consume you or destroy you. We were celebrating my mom's birthday yesterday. We had a sweet potato pie, we had candles, and we danced. And I just said, this is how you keep your loved ones alive. You embrace how much they love you.
That's right.
And you celebrate their life, and you remember them, and you can begin to live through the pain, through that hole in your heart.
Absolutely.
You stay in the celebration of love of them always.
Of course.
And that will
it's
help.
hard. It's something that's hard to deal with initially, but I call it the year. My family and I refer it to the year of firsts. It's the first, you know, birthdays without them, or celebrations, Christmases, whatever, and all the emotions. Those are the hardest ones.
Yeah.
It's really hard
when you're going through something.
Yeah.
Even when, you know, like when my child got sick, I wanted my mom.
Yeah.
I needed my mom.
Yes.
And I had to remember, as I was in that hospital, I had to remember.
Hi, Thomas. Yeah. Yeah.
I had to remember my mom's, the things my mom taught me, you know.
Yeah.
I had to remember. I just had to remember.
It's a difficult process, and people, you know, I like I said, the year first is the hardest one to get through. It's the one you to shreds, and then, you know, once that year has passed, you start to almost gather yourself emotionally, mentally, physically, and you start going, okay, you know what, I gotta move forward. You know,
and you know, you never, you can't. My daughter Amaya was born 2008, August 14th, 2008. And my father died August 16th, 2008.
I remember that, yeah.
And that was one of those seasons in life, like, I thought I probably, each moment that impacts you, whether it's your father dying 2 days after you gave birth or your child losing her vision, they all impact you.
Yes.
And those kind of create layers and layers. And you have to have a lot of faith and a lot of hope. And
a lot of strength.
and a lot of strength.
A lot of it.
Because life got these huge boxing gloves, man. They're like this. And they can knock you out. And some people
Right
get knocked
down.
out. Some
Hard.
people get knocked out and they can't get back up.
That's right.
They can't because they just
They can't, or sometimes they just don't have any around them to push them to say it's time to get up.
Right. And that's why I write the songs I write, because I hope whoever that person is in that despair, I hope they hear my songs. You know, I have had fans write me. I've had several fans who have been suicidal or this or that. And I'm in contact with them to this day. And there's a lot of stories of songs that I've written that have helped people in those moments of darkness. I can
testify to that, because you wrote one for me at a time where I'd lost my grandmother. And it was just from a conversation. The direction you went in terms of writing was in a whole other direction. And Janice, I could tell you, it is as though you were part of my family and knew everything about her the way you wrote that song. It was emotional. And I saw that. I was just like, oh, I can't even sing that, because
it's so close to home.
You hit it you hit that.
Well, I always pray for the words. I pray for the words. You
found them.
I don't just go, I want to write, I want to be, I don't go, I want to write and I want to be in the charts. I never, I this is not an I thing. This is this is a connection between a higher power where I simply ask, like, God, please help me write this. Well, help me say this, help me, and when I was writing There Must Be Love, the lyrics to that.
I love that song.
That moment for me is, I don't remember a pen in my hand. I don't remember paper. I just remember a lot of tears. And David Morales had said to me, I want you to preach. I want to feel your pain. I know you went through a lot. And I thought, and so I was writing it from the perspective of like 2008, my father dying, into 2013, my mother dying. Like I was writing from that bookend, and who would think that 6 days after it was released, my little brother would drop dead of a brain aneurysm. So I didn't even get to, as There Must Be Love blew up, I didn't even get to enjoy that journey. I didn't get, I was like a grieving big sister, and my little brother was special needs. Yeah. So he was 35 years old when he died.
Yeah.
So he died on August 16th, 2015. He died on the same day my father
I was
died.
just going to say, that's the same day your father.
And that's how I know he's with my mom and my dad. And I just kind of, I accepted it when because I had just made this video of my dad and just him. And I got the call around 12:30 in the afternoon, and I'm in the dining room where I found out, and I just fell to the floor. My children fell to the floor with me. And I remember we were like in a football huddle for about, I say, I don't even know how long. We just cried and held each other. It was, and There Must Be Love. I mean, there were people all over Italy. There must be love. And
I saw.
And my brother died. And I just was like, it was so hard. It was so hard. But it's life, If I can continue to inspire people, then I'm grateful. I have some videos I'm working on that really are bringing home my message, and really will be taking people step by step to help them in this unprecedented time.
Okay.
We're all going through a pandemic.
A pandemic and more.
Well, since the American president that was elected, I don't say his name, since that president that was elected, before leading up to that, you could see the master manipulation. You could see. And so people get afraid. And
Yes.
they forget their inner strength.
Yes.
If they don't have faith, they get afraid. They fall for a lot of manipulated
Yeah.
tactics.
Yeah.
And that's when you have, mass chaos. And that's
Yeah.
when, that fear and stuff. And I stopped watching TV about, I don't know, 4 years ago.
Okay.
I protect my peace of mind.
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah.
So you got to watch what your eyes see.
That's right. Oh, I like
that. You got to
that.
watch what your ears hear.
Yeah. Yes.
You got to watch what your mouth says.
Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
got to call into the light. You got to call into God. You got to stay in that conversation all day, every hour of the day.
Protect your spirit.
You got to protect your spirit. You really do.
Yeah.
You really do. Woo.
Yes. And that's a daily basis in everything you do.
You do.
Protect your peace. That's right.
Yeah, someone wrote me on Instagram yesterday, young lady, singer. I'm not going to say who it is, but she was just going through something. And I ended the conversation with take care. Take care, like bye, take care. But I guess she was waiting around for more of my time. And then wrote, I guess you just don't like me. And I'm like, whoa, don't project your stuff on me.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yep.
I always tell people,
Hates.
I'm a single mom with
Yeah.
2 daughters.
That's right.
You want to talk to me, you have to contact me and set up a time.
Yeah.
Period. Time management is everything. I have a very structured life, and there's a lot of things I do in my private time, and it's very sacred. And I do reach out to a lot of people, especially if I read something, they've lost a loved one or something. I privately write people. I just don't put praying hands emojis. No, I've written to a lot of people who are just Facebook friends, and like, hey, because I've been through it, and being when I see someone going through it, I can read through their posts, and I'll reach out, like, because there's some people that really don't know how to navigate grief, don't know how to navigate death, don't know how to navigate the conversation of racism. Oh, every conversation has to have the intention of compassion, empathy, and love, even if it's uncomfortable. You got to speak from your heart. The moment you speak down to someone or defensive to someone, it's out the window.
Yeah. I would say if you're coming with even opposing views, we're both going to walk away losing something, but you have to come at it with an open mind.
Yeah.
Because I want to hear what you have to say and maybe understand your perspective better, or walk away learning something, and vice versa. If there's a fear, whatever it is, it has to be discussed in a civil, way. You can't just scream and argue and put people down.
No, you gotta like. Here's the thing, baby girl, because you are younger than me, so I get to call you beautiful baby girl.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
But I'm a mature woman, honey. I'm in that season. I mean, I'm just messing with you. The thing is that many people are very self-consumed.
Yes.
And they're self-absorbed.
Yes.
And they're self-indulgent in their own pain, perspective. They are their own suppository.
I think you just hit it. They're self-absorbed in their own perspectives. Right. That's it right there.
They are so.
It's like they lock it off, and this is what I do to cope. Yeah, this is what I do to cope. This is my world. This is my bubble. I don't even want to hear what you got to say.
Right. They don't want to receive any other way. And so when you're dealing with those levels of intellect, which could be kind of flat, you gotta have a high level of intellect to really understand and process what's going on right now.
Yes.
And I'm always careful with my words because my message is love. My life is based on a love story with God. I was chosen, and I am very clear. And if you come around me and you come with, if you come wearing a dog collar, trust me, I'm gonna take the dog collar off and really release you from that shackle of mindset. And I do it in a delicate way because I approach everybody with God in front of me first. So I don't just
yes, you do.
I don't just lash out at you. I don't just try and break you down.
No.
You know, I teach students, and I always say, you got to break them down to build them back up in 30 seconds.
Yes.
You got to break it down and build them back up. And you got to know how to do that. And a lot of people don't know how to do that.
There's an art.
There's an art to it. There's a technique to it. There's an intellect to it where, a
compassion to it.
There's a compassion to it, and there's a lot of empathy, and there's certain words you have to choose. Before you say what you're going to say, you got to say something else. And when you say that something else and you prepare them, you open their mind and you get in that corridor, and then you lay the truth on them. They don't have time to process the pain, because by the time that thing gets there, you're there with the love.
Well, you hit them with the truth of their words, their actions, whatever it is, and then you have to quickly bounce out and say, why did you do it? What was your goal in doing that? And you know what? This is why you shouldn't have done that. This is why you shouldn't have done that. And this is the way you should approach it. You know?
Exactly. Yeah, no, I'm deep with it. You know, I live in a bubble. I chose to live in a bubble because I know that my work is for a higher power. I know that my life and my gift is for the greater good of mankind. And I moved here 7 years ago. And my daughter said to me the other day, she said, "Mommy, how come you don't go out with your friends? And how come you don't go out?" I said, and I just looked at her, I said, because my responsibility is raising you to be the best human being that functions in the world as a loving, kind, human being in humanity. And I said, you can't have a lot of ruckus going on when you are raising two children. My mother showed me the way. And I used to always say, I see people, oh, we're having a girls' night out. Oh, we're having this. I'm like, I did that in my teens. I did that in my 20s. I did that in my 30s, half of my 30s. I socialized like you wouldn't believe. And then I became a mother. And God blessed me to have this beautiful little girl named Cora. I'm looking at her graduation wall is over there.
I know, you're a proud mom. Yes.
Yeah, I had this
little
life.
Well.
Yeah, this little girl, and it comes with a huge amount of responsibility.
Yes, it does.
And so you have your friends that are solid and strong, and I'm there for when my friends need me. Yeah. So I'm the friend that will stay on the phone all night and listen in your time of need. I'm an in your time of need friend.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm that type of person. Yeah.
We've chatted. We're not, but when you reach out to me and need that connection, I'm there, 100%.
And I'm the same.
But,
I'm exactly the same.
So with my daughter, when I became a mom, it was hard for some friends. Some friends had, defensive reactions when I, came into town to work in California, and, I spent time with them. And then because I'm there to work, and, I got to work, I got to provide, it's just kind of like, hey, I'm responsible for a child's life.
Yes.
And
family first. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like my child comes first.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear. I get it. I totally get it. Now,
my cousin is Sweet Red's Bakery. First of all.
Okay, I was like,
you can order on Etsy. Sweet Red's Bakery. She makes the best desserts ever. She has a lemon pound cake that is like the best. You can order it. You'll get it in like 2-3 days.
It will probably take a little longer to get to Canada, but that's okay.
That's okay.
That's
Sweet
okay.
Fred's Bakery. Check it out. I have to give her a plug because she's a beautiful cousin.
Okay. Oh, absolutely. I was asking her. I was like, what is your specialty? So I didn't get a response, but I think the internet was doing weird things. It's all good.
I'm so glad we're doing this. But go ahead.
No, I'm so glad we're doing it too. But the question I wanted to ask you is, with all that's going on right now, you know, the Black Lives Matter, how are you feeling? How's that hitting you? And before you do, I feel like I've lost. My phone literally just went from 50% to 10 in 1 second. So
okay,
I'm gonna
go get your charger.
Yeah. I'm just gonna charge up. Hold on 1 second.
And I'm gonna get my thoughts.
I'm actually
because
that's weird. Hold on a second. For me, that's weird.
Go ahead.
That is very strange for me because I'm always plugged in.
That's the iPhones. That's how they work. Oh, look at your beautiful plants.
Yeah,
I love them. The flowers. Your palms.
Oh, my babies. Usually I'm sitting at a window and I usually have them here. So I'm like, let me just put them there for some light.
They look beautiful.
You know? So they get their light. Thank you. I'm trying to incorporate more of that in my life.
Yeah, you got to. I've got to go get some more plants. I've got hibiscus out here. I've got an outdoor lanai. So I've got some more gardening I gotta do. I'm doing my herb garden next.
I want to do vegetables too, so I hear you.
Yeah, I'm excited. You know, I love a good produce section of the supermarket, but I use a lot of basil and garlic, and I use a lot of seasonings. Since I'm home, I'm cooking so much, so I'm loving it. I mean, I stay with the apron on. I'm like, yeah. After I finish with you, I'm making risotto and scallops.
Okay, now I'm hungry.
Asparagus risotto and like beautiful fresh scallops I'm feeling that meal.
I'm due for a visit.
Yeah, come and sit in the sunshine. I live in paradise. My cousin will tell you, she came and we was on the boat, you know, and we was just like, yeah, this is living. I work.
My Caribbean roots are very happy to do that. Trust me.
Man. Happy. We get down here, you make me some rice and peas, man. Come on with it.
Man, make you some curry and roti.
Yes, come through.
That's what
with
I
curry
do.
Chicken. Yes.
That's right, curry and roti. That's right.
I got almost everything here. I got the browning sauce.
If you know that, I will bring it from Toronto. You don't worry about that. I got you.
I got you. I got the coconut milk.
I got you. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I got the curry.
I'm ready for. I'll bring the Guyanese style curry. I got you. No worries.
Come on,
don't you worry. Don't worry.
No, man, everything is irie.
Well, I'm gonna bring the Guyana style one. You're gonna like that one.
Oh man, yeah. I've had it. What is it called? Fufu.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's
fufu and there's fufu.
Come on now.
I'm not. Listen. No, I can't assume that everybody knows what that is, but it's cool.
I know what fufu
love that.
is. I know how to eat it too.
That's right. Yeah, That's right. That's right. All right. Okay. I am impressed.
I'm official.
I am impressed.
I am cultured, baby.
I am impressed. I'm impressed. You're so cute. I love it. So listen. Well, you know what? That's beautiful. That's the beautiful thing about what we do. We meet so many diverse backgrounds and people and cultures. We really get like right in there. We're right in there.
I've lived in several countries. I've lived in Paris. I've lived in Italy. I've lived in Greece. And I spent a lot of time in London, but I called Greece, Italy, and Paris home. Like I had a place. I lived there.
Yeah.
I lived in Athens. I lived in Rhodos. Yeah.
Nice.
I speak fluent Italian.
I know that.
You know, and I can speak Greek in conversation, like Yasu, Tikane, Skala, Ne, Andaxi, Paracolo, Parasto, you know, and I can get through with my Spanish when I have to. And je parle français.
Nice.
Je parle parce que la vie à Paris.
Impressive.
2 anni. Yes.
Nice.
E parlo italiano come persona italiano perché è facile, perché la gente in Italia amo Janice Robinson. But anyway, back to the question. How am I feeling with all that is going on?
Yeah.
I'm feeling very, very, vulnerable. I'm feeling very quiet in a sense, because I have to really process each moment of this, and I have to not have a knee-jerk reaction to it, because I experienced a physically racial altercation when I was 9.
Oh, okay.
I was my debut album, there's a song on there called Gracefully Gliding, and I always tell people, I'm going to post it. I'm actually working on a video for that now. When you hear it, it's a bit of tearjerker. I was 9. The man-made lake in my hometown, it sounds like I'm saying the lyrics, it's funny, but the man-made lake in my hometown would freeze every winter, and and it was a park, Dannert's Lake, and you got to go ice skating. And,
but was that in Jersey?
Garfield, New Jersey. That's where I'm from. I'm from this like small middle class town with like Italian and Polish immigrants. And so the lake would freeze. Now there was a railroad track, and that was like one side was the Polish and one side were more so the Italians, with a sprinkle of blacks. Real Mafia town. I grew up with Mafia kids. And they think I don't know, but I know, honey. It's all love. I'm not gonna call them out, because I'm like, ain't your Chinese secret. I know. One of my neighbors was like a hitman, man. I can't say his name, child, but anyway. So this lake would freeze, and we would go down and ice skate. You doubled your socks, you wore layers of clothes. And I was just trying to, I had just seen some ice skating, like, I think it was around the time of the Olympics. And it was the Winter Olympics. And I remember seeing like these beautiful, ice skaters. And, I'm out there trying to pretend like I'm, Dorothy Hamill and, just skating around. And I was trying to do this thing called the figure 8. And I got in the way of 2 boys that were, I guess, playing their old little pretend ice hockey or something. I got in the way, the puck went, because I kicked into it or something. And they got so mad at me, they pushed me. They pushed me, and then I fell. And they were like, I just remember effing nigger, okay? And the blades, I still got a scar, like kind of gave it a slice. I got bruised in my stomach. And I just remember I got up off the ice. I had skated off away from my sisters. That's the problem. I was skating away from but I was just trying to make a figure 8. And I went in the bathroom and I stayed there just sobbing until, I don't know, I can't even remember who found me. I think friends or somebody that was friends with my sisters went, and I can't remember. Like, it's all, trauma like that is, it's hard. It's hard. But that's how I started my quest of wanting people to love, because I faced hatred. That was a hateful crime. That was a hateful thing done to me for ice skating and, accidentally kicking a puck. I don't know what. But anyway, I was like 9 and a half. I just turned 9 because my birthday is December 8th. So yeah, I think I just turned 9, and that affected me. And that is what began that internal journey of wanting people to really think about love. And remove everything but walk with love. Because when you walk with love, doors open, blessings come. You bless others with your presence.
Joyous.
When you walk with love,
what you give out comes back.
What you give out comes back. And so I feel very blessed with my life. Doors have continued to open because God continues to be, continues to use me to help others. So I say the doors open so that others can hear this genuine message of hope that I have for people. And I think that's, if there's anything I want people to gain from hearing me or hearing my songs is they gain something for their life, food for their soul. And a lot of artists don't think like that.
Yeah.
And that's what separates me from a lot of people.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Because, you know, if we're feeding the souls of humanity musically, if we give them those songs like You're a Superstar, if we give those messages that stick to the soul, that feed the soul, there must be love. I'm a dreamer. Father, take me to, you know. That's right. It's freedom. Yes. That's what we need. That's what we need. Yes. If we give those, if we all pour from our hearts into humanity in our personal lives. Absolutely, it will transcend. It will transform. Yes. And a lot of music, you know, there's a lot of puppet masters out here, you know, that, you know, glorify things that don't guarantee happiness.